Discovering synergies between all the new equipment in the DLC has been a satisfying way to explore the content after beating all the bosses. Most of these combos feel very intentional, but still rewarding to learn how well they work together and how high you can push your damage output. A few weeks ago, I made a whole video about the deflecting hard tier and its synergy with pretty much every melee weapon in some way, like the newly buffed Euphoria. Another tier to consider is the oil soak tier. This tier will soak nearby enemies in oil, increasing fire damage by 20%. You can stack this with the flame shrouding tier for 20% more. If you're running incantations, get Flock's Canvas and Faithful's Canvas talismans for another 12%, plus any other buffs you have for an insane damage boost. Test this out with the newly buffed Rain of Fire, or stick to old reliable Catch Flame since it already puts you in melee range. You can get the oil soak tier from the Furnace Golem near the ruins of Unt. Spell swords were blessed with a new sword that replaces your heavy attack with the ability to cast spells, removing the need for a dedicated staff. This is the Carrion Sorcery Sword. It might not be as powerful as a staff, but having the ability to weave spells between attack combos can be invaluable. Because it's a thrusting sword, you could dual wield this with the new Main Gauche dagger, which will perform like another thrusting sword, giving you the dual wield stance moves with L1 and access to the dagger Ash of Wars like parry. You could also just use a shield like the new Wolf Crest shield with Carrion Retaliation. But if you don't like parrying, consider one of the new thrusting shields like the Carrion Thrusting Shield. It's also worth mentioning that piercing damage is very effective against our boy Radon, and don't forget about the plus 30% counterattack damage if you hit an enemy during their attack animation. These are just a couple of the combos I've been messing with. What are your favorite combos from the DLC? Let me know in the comments.